morning yoga. This is a gentle flow or a gentle vinyasa practice to help us ease into our day, feeling a bit more energized, a bit more awake, a bit more centered in our bodies and in our minds. So let's begin. Find a tall seat. If you want to sit on a folded up blanket or pillow to start off with, especially if you feel a little stiff first thing in the morning, then do so. Just place your palms face up on your lap and close your eyes if you can, or just soften your gaze. Now we'll start with some really deep and clearing breaths. So inhaling through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Keep that going. Breathe in through your nose, filling your lungs, expanding your lungs, stretching your lungs as much as you can. Exhaling out through your mouth and breathing every last bit of breath out. So emptying right down to the very bottom. Continue with that deep, deep breaths. This is a way of waking up our body with that powerful breath, drawing in that fresh oxygen, fresh energy, drawing in the start, the freshness of the day. Emptying, exhaling, releasing. And then one more, breathing in. Breathing out. Let your eyes softly open. And we'll come standing. So coming right on up to stand. Place your feet hip width apart, parallel, spread out your toes. And then from your feet, ground into the floor and feel the rest of your body, your bones, your muscles, your cells, your blood, your skin, starting to become awake and alive. So welcoming in the day, welcoming in whatever is to come in your day with breath, with centeredness, with awareness. So remembering that whatever comes your way today, you can always return to that deep breath to help you find calm and find center. With your next inhale, sweep the arms wide and high up to the ceiling. Stretch, get as tall as you possibly can. And then exhale, fold forwards, bend your knees, especially again if you feel a little tight or stiff in the morning. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale for a halfway lift, fingertips maybe on your shins or on the ground. Pull your sternum bone forwards. And then a big clearing exhale to let your head drop. Again, slow, deep inhale through your nose, sweeping your arms wide and high. Every cell in your body awake, tingling, alive. Hands to the center of your chest, that nice centered, grounded still point. Exhale. Again, arms rise, breathe in. Stretching your lungs open. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, drag your chest, your sternum bone forwards. Keep those knees bent if you need to. And exhale, let your head release. Bowing down. Inhale again to rise to stand. Full deep breath. Big reach of your arms, fingertips sweeping skywards, hands gather. Again to that center, steady, still point, the middle of your chest. Now let's take our arms up on your inhale breath. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And we're going to take a side stretch. I'll turn to face you just for a moment. So inhale, stand nice and tall. And then exhale, you're going to pull up and over towards the left. So you're pulling on that right wrist with your left hand. Keep your knees softly bent. And now breathe those deep clearing breaths into your right side ribs, all the way up to your right armpit. Like you're dusting out any cobwebs from the night, clearing out any little bits of stuck energy, any little places that feel a bit tight or still a little bit fatigued or tired, waking it all up. Now come on back up through center and we'll just switch sides. So grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Stretch nice and tall and then pull up and over to the right. So we're breathing into that left side waist, left ribs, left armpit. Inhale. Exhale. Big, big breaths. Expanding rib cage, breathe in and keep pulling over, breathe out. Come on back up through center. Release hands to center of your chest. Next, inhale again, arms sweep wide and high. Reaching, extending, gathering in. Forward fold, exhale, bow down. Breathing in for a little half lift, peek forwards. Now step your right foot all the way back and lower your right knee gently to the ground. Crescent lunge, sweep your arms up and then relax your shoulders. Stay easy through your neck and your shoulders. Let's inhale, tip your gaze slightly to the ceiling, take a little reach up and back through fingertips, and then exhale, sweep your arms back by your sides, belly and chest come forwards. And we'll do that 2 more times. Big, deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, like you're clearing out your lungs with each breath. Breathing in, arms rise up. Breathing out, arms sweep back. Now take your hands down onto the ground on either side of your front foot. And we'll step back to a child's pose. So knees to the ground, bum to your heels, and just take a sigh, a little release to soften back there. Right away, let's rise up to hands and knees. Inhale, let your belly drop down. We're coming into cow pose, so a nice little arch of the spine. Exhale, cat pose. Round your back as much as you can. Drop your head. One more time. Breathing in. Belly drops. Little arch of the spine. Nice deep exhale as you round. Breathing in, belly softens down, little hug back of the shoulders. Now tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Really strengthen and firm up through your finger pads. You want your hands really awake, grabbing at the mat. Maybe bend your knees a little bit here in downward dog. Let your head hang, let your head drop so your neck is easy. And now firm and strengthen through your arms. Press the ground away from you with your hands, getting so long through that side line of your waist, so long through your spine and through your arms. Pause there. You can pedal your heels a little bit here, just letting the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, your calves, your Achilles tendons to just kind of softly lengthen, right? Just easing into our bodies first thing in the morning here. Now we'll move out to plank pose. So you're going to ripple out into plank. You want your shoulders directly over your wrists, and for sure you might want to have your knees on the ground for supported plank. You choose. Take a big breath. I want you to broaden your chest. Keep your gaze slightly out in front of you. Exhale, waking up a bit of that powerful, strong energy. Bend your elbows. Hug your elbows in by your waist and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Tense your fingers slightly off to the sides. Legs stretch back behind you. Inhale, gather your shoulders back. Little lift up into a cobra, fingertip cobra. And then with an exhale, melt your belly, your rib cage, and your chest back to the ground. We'll do that one more time. So inhale, shoulders peel back, little lift up through the chest. And exhale, soften and melt, belly, rib cage, chest to the ground. Now hands back in by your lower ribs, tuck your toes, press up through hands and knees, and then hips up and back into that downward facing dog. Send your right leg up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee and stack your right hip open on top of the left. Keep your shoulders nice and square and just press that right knee, that right shin up towards the ceiling. Find your breath. Big soft inhales and exhales. From here, step right foot all the way forwards between your hands, and if it doesn't quite get there, don't worry about it. Just give it a little help with your right hand. Hands tent to either side of your front foot. Breathe in, let your hips sink slightly. Again, just be mindful first thing in the morning. If you're a little stiff, then just be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your body. Peek forward slightly. That's, again, your inhale breath. And then exhale. We're lengthening our front leg, and you may not stretch that front leg all the way. That's okay. Just lengthen your front leg as far as it's wanting to go first thing in the morning, and let your head drop. Okay, washing back and forth. So inhale, little sink of the hips. Peek your chest, peek your gaze forwards. And exhale, soft lengthening of your front leg. Let your head bow inwards. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out, lengthen that front leg. Now inhale, bend your front knee, your right knee. Keep your left hand on the mat, tented. And the right arm's going to take a big sweep up towards the ceiling. Low twisted lunge. Little spiral through your spine. Take an inhale breath. Hug your right shoulder back slightly. And then exhale, we'll step up to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Both feet to the top. Rise up to stand. Breathe in a big breath as the arms sweep wide and high. Hands to center of your chest. And exhale. Other side, breathe in. Big breath. Again, stretch the lungs. Wake up your body with your breath. Forward fold. Exhale. Breathing in to peek forwards, that half lift, that half extension of the spine. Step your left foot all the way back and lower your knee to the mat. Crescent lunge. Arms rise. Again, that little reminder to stay easy through your neck, easy through your shoulders. Breathing in, tipping slightly up through your chest, your gaze, and like you're combing out the space around you. Exhale, sweep your arms back. We'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in, arms sweep high. Deep breath out, nice and soft and fluid. Arms flow back. Last time, breathe in. And sweep back, breathe out. Take your hands down onto the mat. Step to child's pose. So you bring both knees to the ground, bum to your heels, and let it go. Right away, return to hands and knees. Cat and cow, so 2 rounds of cat and cow. Belly drops, shoulders hug back. Breathe in. And then breathe out, rounding your spine. So we're trying to wake up a bit of sort of slinky movement through our spine. Again, moving through any of the cobwebs of the night, any stiffness from the night. Softly moving through, creating a little bit more mobility and space and ease in our body. Now this time, let's tuck our toes. Downward dog, so firm up through your fingertips and your hands. Lift your hips up and back. Drop your head. Let your knees have a little bend into them, especially if the backs of your legs feel a bit tight. Press the ground away from you, so really strong and long through your arms, long through your waist. Now we're going to lift the left leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Bend your left knee and stack your left hip open on top of the right. Keep your shoulders square. Press your left knee up towards the ceiling. Take your inhale breath and then exhale. Step the left foot forwards as best as you can between your hands. Again, if it doesn't quite get all the way, really doesn't matter. Just give it a little help. Tense your hands to either side of your left foot. Inhale, let your hips sink slightly. Keep that back leg straight. Peek forwards through your chest. And exhale, soft lengthen of your front leg. Remember, it does not have to stretch all the way. Just do the best that you can. Just find wherever your body's willing to go. Drop your head. Inhale. Sink forwards. And just like a little rinse or a wash back and forth. Exhale. Lengthen front leg as far as it wants to go. Drop your head. Last time, breathing in those big belly breaths. Full lung breaths. Exhale, lengthen. Bend your left knee again. Keep your right hand tented to the ground. We'll open up the left arm into a low twist. Pause there. Hug your left shoulder back. Take that deep, deep, deep breath in. And then step to the top of your mat, forward fold, and breathe out. Rise to stand. With your inhale, sweeping the arms, stretching as tall as you can. And then hands down, center of your chest. Let's take the hands, interlace them behind you, right behind your pelvis. Bend your knees slightly, and you can have your feet a tiny bit wider than hip width apart here. Press your hands into the back of your pelvis, hug your shoulders back, and we're trying to puff up through our sternum, up through the center of your chest, your heart center. Slightly lift your gaze. Keep your forehead relaxed though, so no tension and kind of tightness up into your face. We'll breathe in a really, really deep breath. And then with your exhale, we'll fold forwards. Keep your hands interlaced and gently tug your hands away from the back of your pelvis. Let your head tumble towards the ground, nice and easy neck. And you could even sway a little bit here from side to side if that feels good. Staying for one more inhale breath, and then exhale, release your hands, fingertips come down to the mat. Take a halfway lift, an extension of the spine, little look forwards. Place your hands shoulder width apart, step back to downward facing dog. We'll move out to plank pose, so you're shifting again, shoulders forwards on top of your wrists. Here again, go ahead if you want to lower your knees to the mat for supported plank. You really have to choose and decide for yourself what feels best. Inhale where you are, plank or supported plank. Exhale, that slow and steady lower through chaturanga. Elbows bend, tuck your elbows right into the sides of your rib cage. Lower to your belly. Let's keep our hands down by our low ribs this time for cobra. Shoulders hug back. Inhale, little puff, little lift up through the chest. And exhale all the way back through hands and knees, downward facing dog. Now we're going to take that one more time, waking up a little bit of our energy into our upper body. If you want to skip it out, absolutely skip it out. You can just stay in downward dog. If you'd like to come forwards one more time, plank or supported plank, breathe in. Steady exhale, elbows bend. Now you can lower all the way to your belly like we did, or just halfway to the ground. Inhale, you can find your cobra, as we did first round, maybe upward facing dog. Pause, hug your shoulders back, open the chest. And then exhale again, back up and over the toes, downward facing dog. Take an inhale breath. And a sighing, clearing exhale. Soften your knees to the ground. And then come on up to sit so that your hips are stacked on top of your knees. Moving into breath of joy. So this is a very energizing, uplifting breath. Helps to bring our energy up to kind of like shine our energy and really make us feel a little more clear, a little more bright, a little more awake. So we'll take our arms up. You can bend your elbows slightly. Inhale, tip your chest open to the ceiling. And then exhale, draw your arms back by your sides and get nice and small down towards the ground. You can almost draw your arms into like little fists down by your sides. Okay, we're going to go through that with a bit of a quick pace. You have to feel out your own pace, but we're going to just speed it up a little bit. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw in and down. Breathing in, opening up, and I want you to really find those deep, powerful breaths, just like we did at the very beginning. Opening wide, inhale, drawing in and down as you clear out, empty out your lungs, exhale. Let's do 3 more. Big, expansive breath, expansive lungs, empty it all out. Breathing in, welcoming in the day. Exhale. Come on down. Last time. Full breath. exhale down. Take your hands to the mat. Cross your ankles and come on through to your seat. We'll send our left leg straight forwards. Bend your right knee and place your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. So we're coming into a seated spinal twist, a twist to help wake up our digestion, our organs, our whole digestive system. So hands squeeze onto that right knee, sit up nice and tall. You could absolutely sit on a folded up blanket here if that would help you find a nice tall spine. Right hand sweeps behind you, tend your fingertips behind you, and then left arm can either just wrap around your right knee or hook to the outside of your right thigh. Breathe in that deep breath and grow up through your spine. So from your tailbone right up to the crown of your head, get a little bit taller. And then exhale, wrap around, spiral around, hug your right shoulder back, maybe turning your gaze towards the back of your mat. Now find the deepest breaths possible here in your twist. Again, waking up your belly, your digestive system. So inhaling and exhaling, spiraling around. Let's gently release, come on back through center. A little counter twist just to help unravel that twist. So hands over to the left and just a little twist over. Good, back through center. Right foot's going to seal now to your inner left thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll take the left hand back behind us, little tented left fingertips to the ground, right arm up to the ceiling. Breathing in, again, you're finding that tall, tall, tall spine. And then we're tipping forwards. Grab a hold of the outside of your left leg, and that could be calf, ankle, foot, whatever you can grab a hold of is great. And then you're bowing down. So just a nice little release, dropping your nose, your forehead down towards that left leg. You could also release your left hand forwards here and cross your wrists, holding on to opposite edges of whatever part of your leg you're holding on to. Now as you turn inwards, try to listen into your breath a little bit more, that nice sort of whisper of your breath, an oceanic sound of your breath. And remember that your inhale, your exhale is there for you no matter what your day brings. You can always come back to just feeling your breath to help you feel a bit more grounded, a bit more centered. Let's release whatever you're holding onto with your legs. Rise on up. Now we're going to take our right hand back behind us onto our mat and press up onto your right shin. So you're on your right hand and your right shin. This is stargazer pose. So send your left arm long in line with your left ear and really stretch, really reach, like actually get a little bit longer. And then here, if you'd like, you can kind of hug your left shoulder back a little bit, spinning your chest slightly open towards the ceiling. And you're tipping a little bit into that back space. Big breath in, big sighing breath out. Now ease yourself back down to your seat and we'll just switch sides. So we're going to send our right leg straight out in front, bend the left knee, and just place left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Left hand behind you, right arm is going to wrap around your left shin or hook to the outside of your thigh. You decide. Make sure you're not kind of collapsed and scrunched down. We really want to create space. So inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen from the bottom of your pelvis, from your tailbone. Get taller, grow up through your spine, right up and out of the crown of your head. And with your exhale, spiral, rotate, twist. Now deep belly breaths. As you twist, we're massaging into our organs, waking up our digestion for the day. Releasing and opening through the spine. Let's take one more round of breath. Keep sitting tall. Tall, tall, tall. Get even taller. See if you can extend through your spine even a little bit more. Stay and rotate around with your exhale, and then we'll release. Counter twist over to the right. Just a nice little unraveling of that twist. Then back to center, seal left foot to your inner right thigh. This is our Janu Shirshasana pose. So right hand behind you. Left hand is going to crawl down your right thigh, your right leg. Maybe it's the calf, the ankle, the foot, whatever you can grab a hold of. And then that soft bowing inwards, that nice release over your right leg, however far down your body's willing to go. Let's not force it. We don't have to push ourselves deeper than our body wants to go. Maybe release your opposite hand forwards as well if you want to cross wrists. You can close your eyes here. Again, just listen inwards to your breath. That nice whisper of your breath. Let's take one more round of breath. And then release. Come on back up to your seat. Take your left hand back behind you. Press up onto your left shin. Left hand, left shin on the ground. Right leg, right arm. Sweep that right arm long in line with your right ear, and then stretch, reach from right fingertips down to the outside of your right foot. Stargazer pose, like you're spinning up to gaze up at the sky. Hug the right shoulder back. Maybe even reach slightly into that back bend space. You can let your head tip back a little bit. Make sure your jaw is relaxed, and let's breathe one more deep sighing breath in and out. Good. Soften down to your seat. Let's take soles of the feet together, knees wide. And if your hips are pretty tight here, then please have a wider diamond with your legs. Give yourself some space. Give your body some space. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, breath. And then exhale. You don't have to force this. Just bow down slightly. Let your head drop. Ease into your hips. You can even rock a tiny, tiny bit from side to side just to melt in, soften in. Breathe deep. And let's take just 2 more rounds of breath. Make sure your shoulders are easy, you're relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. And after those 2 rounds of breath, roll back up to sit tall. And let's just find our cross-legged seat. And again, maybe slide something underneath your bum, towel or folded up blanket. Palms, again, place them face up on your lap. Close your eyes. Just taking a few breaths to close, to finish, to seal in that practice, that movement, that breath. Again, welcoming in the day, welcoming in whatever this day has to bring, remembering your center, your breath. That you can always come back to just simply breathe in and breathe out. To find that calm and grounded place, that steady and strong place inside of yourself. Let's take our last breath together. Inhale through the nose and a big sigh out through the mouth. Seal your hands together. And namaste. Thank you for practicing.